Hey, party people, let me hear some noise. So let's go ahead and jump into homework 1.2. And 1.2 is going to be very much what we've been doing in class. Now, I know today was frustrating, but I'm really honest when I say that I saw some really wonderful things happening, and I'm seeing flashes, I think, of what this class is going to become and how great it's going to be by the end. So if you felt frustrated today, I'm sorry about that, but that's a natural growing process for kind of getting this upper level math. So please, keep with the math, keep evaluating your own behavior, because I think some really great things can come out of this class. And I wasn't joking when I said this is one of my favorite classes to teach because of how much you guys actually learn by the end of the year. Now, I know it seems like that's crazy now, but trust me, by the end, you guys are going to learn quite a bit, and it's going to be great if you just kind of stick with the program. So with that being said, let's kind of get into these shape equation puzzles. So you guys have definitely kind of worked out that the best thing to do with these puzzles is to know where to start. So when I'm looking at this puzzle, I'm deciding where to start. I think, at least to myself, that I'm going to have to start with clue 1. Now, if you're asking yourself, well, why in the world would he stick with clue 1? It's because I'm asking myself, well, how many things don't I know in each one? I don't know one thing in clue 1. I don't know 2 things in clue 2. I don't know 3 things from clue 3. So starting with clue 1 makes the most sense because I can almost do that in my head. Look, 2 times a number minus 1 is 5. Well, if I take 2 times 3, I get 6. Subtract off 1, I get 5. And boom, Bob's your uncle. The triangles have to be 3. Okay, so from there, I'm going to drop down to clue 2 because, again, now that I know triangle 3, it's a pretty easy addition problem. Now, this one's a little bit tricky because even though I'm saying I have to add, I actually have to subtract. So if I take 3 and then I add a negative 2, I end up with a 1. And, of course, then that becomes a negative 2 for this, and I just have to work out the old star there. Now, again, this was tricky, and if you didn't see what I did, I took that negative 2 and I slipped it in for that square. And I did put parentheses around it, and the reason I did is because this is 2 times the square, and of course one way it can represent multiplication is by parentheses. So let's get to it. I have 3 in this case. Negative times a negative is a positive, so that'd be actually plus 4, because 2 times 2 is 4. 2 negatives here make a positive, and that's going to equal my star, so my star in this case should equal 7. So 7 for the star, 3 for the triangle, negative 2 for the square. Kind of tricky one, but one that you guys are definitely going to be able to handle really well. Alright, so same kind of evaluation for clue number 2. I'm going to start here with clue 2 because I only don't know the old circle here. That is a times problem, so we're going to make that a 4 because 3 times 4 is 12. And of course that's going to be a 4, and that's going to be a 4 as well. Alright. Where do we go next? Well, it looks like I still don't know 2 things about clue 3, but I don't only know the diamond for clue 1, so that's where I'm going to go. So one thing I'm going to kind of evaluate right off the bat is that 5 times 4 is 20. So a number plus 2 makes 20, that number becomes 18. 18 plus 2, of course, 20. So 18 is a diamond. Let's drop down the diamond to make it 18. So let's do some small evaluation. I have 8 here. Equals 18 plus 2 right triangles. So this one is probably the hardest one so far because I have a sense that this has got to probably be negative. I start with 18. I got to take off something here to make it 8. Well, 18, and if I take off 10, I'm in business. That's going to be my 8. So I know this bit right here is got to be 10, which means that this guy right here has got to be 5. Okay, so that guy's 5, and there you have it. We have circles are equal to 4, diamonds are equal to 18, and right triangles are equal to 5. All right, what's next? All right, go ahead. I'm going to skip question 2, and I'm not going to penalize you guys if you did not answer question 2, because we didn't really talk about that. I thought we were going to talk about some working in groups. If you'd like, you can certainly list some of the things that are good and bad about group work. Like good group work definitely has people working together, all working on the problem, focused, not distracted. Bad group work would have stuff like people talking across the room like you guys did today, or talking on groups too much like you did today, or not working on the problem like you guys did today, or getting distracted like you guys did today. Those are all things that you could put in for question 2. Okay, and I said some of that jokingly, but we got to think of our behavior too. Let's talk about staying sharp number 1.2. This is my favorite one, okay, because this is a straight-up star puzzle. We have 2 numbers that multiply to make 15. We have 2 numbers that add to make 8, and those numbers have to be the same. Now, here's my thought process. I'm going to actually start with this guy. And the reason I'm going to start with this guy is because there are only a few numbers then when I multiply them together, I get 15. 1 times 15 makes 15, but you know what? 1 plus 15 doesn't make 8. I could go 3 times 5 to make 15, but oh, look at this. 3 plus 5 makes 8. So that's going to be a 3, that's going to be a 5, because they multiply to make 15, and then they're going to add to make 8. Okay, so right now we have 3, and we have 5. All right? That one's a tricky one, but that one's going to be so important later. It's going to be crazy. All right, look at number 2. A pattern of letter arrangements begins with the 3 steps below, and we want to continue the pattern for 3 more steps. So here we have an A. Then it looks like we stick a B in the middle. Now it looks like we doubled that and went up to C. Okay, so look at this. A, B, C, back down to B, A. So this one's going to have to be A, B, C, up to D, back down to C, B, A. Which means now we're going to insert that E. So that'll be A, B, C, D, E, back down to D, C, B, A. And of course for the last one, A, B, C, D, E, F. And then now we'll start the descent. E, D, C, B, A. Sorry about my handwriting. So here's kind of a separate question. An interesting one though. How many letters are each step above? Well, here we have 1. Here we have 3. Here we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we have 7. Now I'm not going to count the next one, but check this out. Boom. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. This one's going to have to be 9. I bet this one's going to be 11. Now you can count if you want. Pause the video and do it. But there are going to be 11 letters. So now they're asking in step 10, how many letters will there be? Well, in step 6, there were 11. So that means in step 7, there should be 2 more than there were. So that'd be 13. 8 would give you 15. 9 would give you 17. 10 would give you 19. So there should be 19 in step 10. That's some crazy good thinking, and I think you guys are going to be awesome at that. Megan, spelled weirdly with an H, works at an ice cream shop and makes $8.25 per hour. Lucas works for a landscaper and makes $6.50 an hour. How much more does Megan make each other? A critic reading skill. How much more? That's going to be a subtraction problem. So $8.25 is what Megan works. That's not bad. $6.50 is what this guy works. So let's do the subtraction problem. 5 minus 0 is going to be a 5. 2 minus 5 I can't do, but I can borrow 10 from the 8. So that's going to be 12. So that'll give me a 7, 175. So this guy makes 175 less than Megan. Or in other words, Megan makes 175 more. Last problem. Rectangle has a perimeter of 26 centimeters, and one of its sides has a length of 5 centimeters. Sketch the rectangle and label all side lengths. Well, first we'll start with a sketch of the rectangle. Now, I know the perimeter is equal to 26, so we have to kind of understand how we get perimeter. We get perimeter by adding all 4 sides together. So we have side 1 plus side 2. But check this out. We know a rectangle top and bottom is the same, so it's another side 1 plus another side 2. So if it's one of its lengths is 5, that means this has to be 5 as well. So if we kind of think about this calculation at the bottom, right now we know that these 2 sides, which I'm just kind of arbitrarily picking, is 5 here and 5 here. Well, that makes a total of 10. I know the total is 26. That means these 2 guys here have to add to 13. Okay. No, I'm sorry, add to 16. What am I doing? Whoop. Womp. Womp. Okay, because, of course, 10, 5 and 5, plus 16 would be 26. But I also know in a rectangle it has to split evenly. So if I take this 16 and I split it evenly on top and bottom, the top and bottom have got to be 8. So 5, 8, 5, 8, that's going to be all the side lengths. So guys, I hope this helped. Again, I hope you have a better day tomorrow than we did today. Although today, in the grand scheme of things, wasn't terrible, just wasn't really great. So I appreciate you guys watching this movie. I hope it helps a little bit. I also hope you guys are doing the work yourself and not just copying off my video. So I will see you guys tomorrow.